It's a beautiful day in this neighborhood, beautiful day for a neighbor. Would you be mine? Would you be mine? It's a neighborly day in this beauty wood, neighborly day for beauty. Would you be mine? Would you be mine? I have always wanted to have a neighbor just like you. I've always wanted to live in a neighborhood with you, so let's make the most of this beautiful day. Since we're together, might as well say, would you be mine? Would you be mine? Won't you be neighbor? Won't you please? Won't you please? Please won't you be neighbor?
What is going on, everybody? Hey, I'm looking down here at my camera on Instagram. Want to welcome all of you. So tonight I'm actually doing a dual live. I've got a live stream going with 2 cameras set up on the Facebook group Tap Dancers Hub. If you have 2 devices and you're already a member of that group, I would encourage you to go ahead and jump on there. I've got a TV set up over here, so I'm talking to the Instagram folks too, kind of waiting for my my people from Facebook to jump on. But if you've got another device, I would encourage you to jump on that. If you're already part of the Tap Dancers Hub, I would jump on there because, Margo, what's up? I would jump on there, and that way you can kind of engage with me because it's really, really hard to see the live feed on Instagram on the phone when you're standing up. So what I keep doing is I keep sliding down here and laying down on the floor and clicking in on my waves. So I hope you guys will stick around. My last live feed ended like 2 minutes before my, let me do this. Here we go. There we go. Now I can talk to both. All right. So my last live feed on Instagram ended about 2 minutes. Hey, Michelle. My last live feed ended about 2 minutes before I actually ended on Instagram, but that's because I started it a few minutes early. Apparently on Instagram, you can only stream live for an hour. Yeah, you know, anyway. So if you're on, like I said, if you're on Tap Dancers Hub, I would definitely, hey, what's up? You can come down here. My son's walking in the room. Hola. So I would definitely encourage you to hop on there so you can kind of engage, because if you see me looking to that towards my right shoulder, so that direction, that's because I got a TV on the wall. Anyway, I'm going to jump right in. We're going to just start right in with my warm-up. People have asked me about my playlist. People have asked me about my shoes. What I will tell you is if you have questions, by all means, please go ahead and ask the question. If I miss something, if you ask me a question and I don't get it in Instagram, by all means, go ahead and just send me an IM so I can answer your question. I don't want to leave any questions unanswered. I don't want to make anybody feel like they missed something. So we're going to start off right off the top. Now, all right, so I'm using my TV as my speakers. So I tried playing with it. I finally got my dual stream worked out. Let me fix my camera here. Boom. Take that down. Yes. All right. Cool. All right. A little bit lower. So I think I finally got my dual stream figured out. I decided to stop using my iPhone. There we go. As a camera. And as such, it kind of made this last stream go pretty well. I did have a little bit of a glitch earlier with the live feed cutting out, but you know, hey, that's bound to happen. Hey Tracy, I'm glad you're here. You see 2 screens, and no, I have not been drinking. You do see 2 screens. So Tracy Hilbrandt, guys. So Tracy, I mentioned you in the last class. I was teaching the step 1 and the break of the shim sham in my last class, and I know that you happen to know the revenge of the shim sham. So maybe you and I can have a small conversation about kind of combining efforts one of these nights. I'll see. I have to figure out how that works. I don't know really how that works. and bringing 2 people into one stream with the tool that I'm using. But maybe you and I can coordinate that. Coordinate? Wow. I'm having trouble talking. This is about my feet, not about my tongue, so forgive me. Maybe you and I can coordinate that one night, and we can figure out how to bring you in so you can teach the Revenge of the Shim Sham during one of my live streams, because I think that would be freaking awesome. Because I don't know the Revenge of the Shim Sham, and you're the only person that I'm connected with that I know actually knows it, and has actually put a video together to teach it. So, Revenge of the Shim Sham. We're not doing the Shim Sham tonight in this class, though. All right. So, that being said, people have asked me about my shoes, about the shoes on my wall, the shoes on my feet. The shoes on my feet are the Capizio K543s. That's what I'm wearing now. These, the shoes that are on my wall, let me take these off so the people from Instagram can see it. These ones here, these are the Miller & Ben Triple Threats. These are my favorite shoes. I love them to death. But sadly, right about Thanksgiving, the shank came through the inside of one of the shoes, so I can't wear them anymore. These here, these are K360s, very flat pair of K360s. They're actually signed by Gregory Hines. I retired them shortly after he signed them, and shortly after that, he passed away. So sadly, these shoes are retired. I thought about putting them on just to see how they sound now that I'm a lot more advanced than I used to be, but those are the ones that I wear. Those are the ones that I wore for a long time. The shoes that are up here on the wall, those were my daughter's first pair of shoes. They're Parispatic shoes. Aren't they the cutest thing ever? They're so cute, right? All right, so anyway, enough about that. Now, my music playlist that I have for TAP, if you guys follow me, if you're Apple Music subscribers, and you go to Apple Music and search my name, Eddie Kovac, EDDYKOVAC, and search that, you'll be able to find my playlist on there. My TAP class playlist is on there, and the music that I'm kind of using tonight is what I'm going to be using. Cool? It's in that playlist. So here we go. Let's take it from the top. I may have to start this twice. Yeah, there we go. All right, so I hope y'all like some ZZ Top. That was La Grande by ZZ Top. I love using that piece of music because it's nice and even. No breaks, no funky off counts, even 8 counts all the way through. Nice, cool, steady rhythm. That exercise, I actually learned that exercise many, many years ago when I was kind of building my own tap program, and I came across a video that Jason Samuel Smith put out. He was doing this warm-up. What I always attributed it to him, I recently, last couple of years, I found that this is really a variation of a Stephen Condos rudiment. I know that Tracy is a big Stephen Condos follower. She teaches a lot of the rudiments. She knows a lot of the rudiments. And so I think it was you, Tracy, that might have told me that that was one of his rudiments. And so you actually looked at my syllabus, and in that I've since corrected that. You had suggested that, so I've corrected that to give credit to where it's due. I think it's important as a tap dancer to really honor the traditions and honor the people that have kind of created this art form that we love. And so when I'm teaching new things or when I'm learning new things, I try to figure out like where it came from so that I can take it right back to the root and give credit to where it's due. All right. So that's the first part of my warm-up. The second part of my warm-up, I go right into time steps. Everybody knows the single, double, triple. There's schools of thought where they start, where people will start with a stomp as I turn my back. People will start with a stomp. That is called a buck time step. If you start with a stomp, it's called a buck time step. I start with the traditional time step. I start with a hop. I also teach my beginning students to start with a hop. And the reason why is because it's kind of hard to unlearn how to do that stomp. Additionally, you have people that have 2 schools of thought that time steps start on 8 or time steps start on 1. I believe in both, but because I'm a rhythm tapper, I have a tendency to start everything on 1 or 4, just because it makes it a little bit easier for the rhythms, right? So that's why 1, 2, 3, 4, boom, 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 right? So that's the reason why I kind of start everything on 1. Now, single, double, triple, hop, step, full apple change, hop, full apple change, hop, shuffle, step, full apple change. If you guys don't know that by now, you need to back up a class. That said, 2 quick breakdowns of 2 time steps. The syncopated time step, which comes off the triple, hop, shuffle, step, full lap, hold. Now that full lap is the flap and the hold is a stomp. So hop, shuffle, step, full lap, hold. That stomp, there's a hold there. And then you're gonna do full apple change. So hop, shuffle, step, full lap, hold, full apple change. I'm gonna start hopping on my left foot. Hop, shuffle, step, full lap, hold, full apple change. Right for 6, 7, and. Now, if you tie that together, that's 2 8 counts. 1, 2, 5, 6, 7, and 2, 2, 3, and. All right, so here we go. Syncopated time step for 2, starting with the hop on the left foot. 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, and. All right. Do you guys have any questions about that? Any questions at all? Oh, no. Go back. Any questions at all? Kind of, sort of, kind of, no? Yes, no, maybe so? Let me hop down here. Check on my Instagram, folks. Oh, looks like a bunch of y'all bounced out. All right, well, I'm going to keep streaming live on Instagram anyway. Y'all suck a fish that decided to bounce out. Whatever. All right, here we go. So, do we have any questions? You guys have any questions at all about the syncopated time step? Yes, no, maybe so? I'll give it a second for you guys to respond, and then we're going to jump right into the buffalo time step, and then we're going to tie the boat together. Yes, no, yes, no. Nope. Okay, so buffalo time step. Now, the way the buffalo time step works, it's really in the guts of the buffalo time step that the buffalo happens. All right, so you're going to do a buffalo. We're going to go to the left first, and that's just because of the way that it ends. you're going to do a buffalo on the left foot, buffalo, and then when you pull it back, you're going to do full lap, shuffle, hop, okay? So starting with the left foot, you're going to do full lap, shuffle, hop, okay? So buffalo, full lap, shuffle, hop. Nice and slow. 5, 6, 7, 10. Buffalo, full lap, shuffle, hop. Pull it back into that coupe position. Buffalo, full lap, shuffle, hop. 5, 6, 7, 10. Buffalo, full lap, shuffle, hop. Buffalo, full lap, shuffle, hop. Okay? That makes sense. If you're good, just give me a thumbs up. That'll make it easy. If you're good, just give me a thumbs up. Make it super simple. Yeah? Okay, now, here's how this works. You're going to do this 3 times. Now, each one of these buffalo time steps is a full 8 count. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 3, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay? So, cool. Okay. Now, let's talk about the break. On the 4th one, so you're going to do 4, you're going to do 3, and then you're going to do this break. Again, you're doing another buffalo, so you're doing buffalo, and then full lap, brush step, full lap, ball change. Left foot, full lap, going left, full lap, brush step, full lap. Okay? Now, when you do that ball change, you want to kind of lay it down a little heavy. Put your weight on that front foot, because you're going to tee off with the buffalo on the right foot, okay? So, it looks like this. Buffalo time step for 3, break on the 4. Nice and slow. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1 and a 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1 and 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1 and 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Break. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. Now, see how that breaks? See how it goes to the other side, right? So let's do the same thing. Let's go right foot this time. Take it to the right foot. So same thing. Buffalo, full lap, shuffle, hop. 5, 6, 7, and buffalo. Break. Okay? That's a hard one to do slow. That's really a hard one to do slow. Steve Kondos is the GOAT. That's right. That's right. I love Steve Kondos' work, man. So, Kevin just mentioned in there that Steve Kondos is the GOAT. He is. He's the GOAT. And when we launched the Mile High City Tap Dance Festival and our Instagram page for the Mile High City Tap Dance Festival, Frank, Nick, and Steve Kondos, the Kondos brothers, were our first featured artists for the just out of our featured artists. So if you go to Instagram and you go to Mile High City Tap or Mile High Tap Fest at Mile High Tap Fest on Instagram, you'll see that we featured a whole bunch of historical artists. We featured the people that are going to be teaching at our Best of Denver event in August, and then I started featuring kind of modern day artists. Of course, Kaylin was one of my first that I had to. I do pictures and videos. We do pictures and videos. And I can't just put a picture of Kaylin Gray up there because her feet are too amazing. So, anyway. Alright, so, buffalo, full lap, shuffle, hop. Repeat for 3. Break on 4. Both sides. Right foot, left foot. Here we go. 5, 6, 7, go. 1, 2. 3. Break. And 1. 3. Break. Buffalo time step. Yeah? Does that make sense? The key, I keep losing my shirt. The key to the buffalo time step is to really be light. You guys are hearing me throw a flap, so I'm doing a full lap buffalo, right? So a double buffalo. So, yeah, my shirt keeps falling down. Looks like I'm showing my underwear. I'm not showing my underwear, just so y'all know. I got sweats on. You're just looking at the inside of my shirt, like the shoulder piece, because I finally figured out after 20 years of tying a hoodie up around my waist that if you turn it inside out and then tie it up on the right side in, it actually works better. So anyway, yeah. So, okay, that's it. All right, so here we go. This is what we're gonna do. Single, double, triple, all in 4. Syncopated time step for 2. Buffalo time step, both sides. 3, break on the 4. 3, break on the 4. Here we go. This song that I'm using for this is Bang Bang She Shot Me by Kanon, K-A or K, apostrophe N-A-A-N, Kanon. I love this song. It's really fast. It works really well. So, it's quick. I'm going to turn around, do it from the back. 5, 6, here we go. 5, 6, hop on left, 7, 8, 8. Suck a fish. You like that, huh? Suck a fish. Suck a fish, suck a fish. That's like old school, man. We used to say that in junior high. Woo! Okay, so that, when you take the rudiments at that tempo, tie right into the time steps at this tempo, here's the cool thing. You can repeat that time step section 2 or 3 times, each time adding an additional sound. So the pickup, so that was sloppy, that's just because I'm sucking wind. But you can add sounds to it with the pickup. You can build it to rolling pickups. You can throw single wings in there on that hop foot. So with the single, double, triple, just the traditional time steps, adding a pickup, adding a rolling pullback pickup, adding a pullback, adding a rolling pullback with the front foot pickup, adding a wing. You can take that traditional time step section and add a whole lot of development or a whole lot of layers to it and really get a good warm-up out of it for your kids. I realize that I got teachers on here, and so this is one of those, like, my warm-up is designed to not make the kids think too much. I like to build it when they come in with my very simple toe heel, build it into the time steps, because all I want them to do is to come out a little bit winded, nice and warm on the inside, and have all their joints warmed up, right? All their heels and stuff warmed up. So, do you guys want to do that time step section again? You got it? Or what do you guys want to do? You want to do it one more time? Yeah, so Letitia, guys, if you see in the chat, you're going to see a girl named Letitia. Letitia, I'm sorry, I'm not going to try to butcher your last name. Letitia is from France. It is 4 o'clock in the morning there. Hear me on this. It is 4 o'clock in the morning in Paris, France right now. Her and her counterpart, her partner in crime, as she calls him, they have, one more time, in a second. So they are Just Tap Studio is the name of their page. So on Facebook, if you go to their page, Just Tap Studio, follow their page. We have an international following here at the Tap Dancers Hub, and she and her counterpart, last week, 2 weeks ago, Letitia took my bus stop combination, and she taught a variation of that in French. To be honest with you guys, I think I'm gonna pick up the. There's an application that my boy Danny Dwayne has. He's learning Swahili, and I think I'm gonna learn to speak French because my tap steps look really, really cool in any language, but coming out of the mouth sound even better in French. Just saying. So, Letitia, I'm really glad that you stuck around. She's got to be on coffee. She's going to be so tired. But anyway, Letitia is from France, guys, so I just want to recognize that she's here. All right, one more time on the time steps. Again, single, double, triple, all in fours, syncopated time step for 2, buffalo time step for 3, break on the 4th, both sides. Here we go. Last time.
She shot me, bang, bang, she shot me, bang, bang, she shot me,
Here we go, right foot, left foot.
she shot me, bang, bang.
Triple. Syncopated. Right. Right foot. Right. Man. She said, I promise I'll teach you the French version. I am going to hold you to it. Anyway, whew. Guys, I live at 5,280 feet, and I've lived here pretty much my whole life, and it still kicks my hind parts. All up in my hind parts. All right. So, let's see. Because Kayla's here, I'm going to teach you I'm going to teach you the funk time step that I teach. And I'm going to teach you because Kayla's here, and I love Kayla to death. But we had a conversation. We talked about this in my last class. She and I taught this in a real short snippet video, and like an hour after I posted it, she chimed in, and honestly, I couldn't believe it was her because I've watched her and I've learned from her, and you know, she's like a virtual mentor for me. But she calls me on. She's like, "What's the timing on that, man? It's real swingy." And so, to be honest with you, up until she said that, I had never really counted it out. And to be honest with you, I don't necessarily know that the counts are right. But it's 4-3-3. 4-3-3. Okay, that's the breakdown. 4-3-3. 4 paddles, 3 flaps, 3 chugs. Okay, so you're gonna start on the right foot. 1, 2, 3, 4, and it's 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and up, and then your flaps, and 5 and 6 and 7, and then your chugs are and 8 and then you're gonna paddle again. 1 and a 2, 3, 4 and a 5 and 6 and 7 and 8 and up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8 and 1. 2, 3, 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8 and 1. 2, 3, 4. Okay. LA Dysart, guys. I'm talking about the people that are on. So LA Dysart is she's from LA. I'm not going to divulge your real name. I will leave that to you if you want to. But her first name is kind of two names. So we just call it, everybody just calls her LA. I kind of wish my name was LA. Anyway, LA says, I'm tired of watching you. Yeah, so Letitia, this one's really fun. And he goes back into. Now, so. Okay, that's kind of the break. And the way that I break it, because you're on and 8 and 1. I break, I kind of hold 2, 3, and then I go and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8. So 2, 3, so and 8 and 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7. Hold 8. Okay, so there's a pause there. So the break is 1, 2, 3, and then flap, and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7. So the break goes, turn it this way. Ball lap, heel, heel, brush, heel, sorry. Ball lap, heel, heel, brush, toe, step. Brush, toe, ball change. So ball lap, heel, heel, brush, toe, ball change. The toe, toe. Ball lap, heel, heel, brush, toe, ball change. So, and 8 and 1, 2, 3. Yeah? So, and the way I do it on 3, on the third one, after the third one, so. To kind of put a staple on it. Do you guys have any questions at all on that yet? So that's just a fun time step. Just kind of a fun time step to learn. I think I'm going to stop there with the new steps. We've been working on this. That's what I've been working on with you guys. So I think I'm going to keep going. Now, this combination is called I'm Spartacus. It's kind of been in development. It's been in my arsenal for well over 30 years. When I first started tap dancing, I was an adult and I was going to auditions, and the simple fact is that a lot of the auditions I was going to, they wanted to know that you could tap because they wanted to know that you could do anything. I went to kind of give you an example, and kids, if you're on here, I'm talking kind of the Instagram folks too, if you're on here and you're listening, hear me out. We're living in an era right now in dance where there's a lot of single dimension, a lot of really single dimensioned, I almost said demented, a lot of single dimensioned kids and dancers out there. So you have people that focus specifically on contemporary or focus specifically on lyrical and tie their ballet training into those two. You have people that focus specifically on jazz. You have people that focus specifically on hip hop, right? And the simple fact of the matter is, and then you have those of us who have gone through all of that, and now that we've kind of come into our own and we find a passion, we don't focus specifically on tap. We just know that tap is kind of our thing, and that's what we really do. But as younger dancers, we are living in an era right now that is kind of sickening, where we have all these dancers that are really one-dimensional, right? And the training has become almost one-dimensional. And the thing is that no matter what style you're doing, it's all kind of fused together. And really, the only style, and hear me on this, and I swear by this, the only style that really stands by itself, alone, without any other outside kind of influence, is classical ballet. Everything else has become kind of merged. And as a contemporary dancer, if you're not taking hip-hop, you're not getting the most out of your contemporary. And if you're trying to get the most out of your contemporary and you're focusing on hip-hop and you're not taking tap, you're not getting the most out of your hip-hop because you're not really understanding sound, rhythm, and music. So you have to do it all. And when I was 19 years old, Lori Mosier, back then Lori Silvaggio, at the Academy of Dance in San Luis Obispo, she calls me up. I'm 19 years old. I was broke. She calls me up and she says, Eddie, you're going to Boston. I said, what am I going to Boston for, Lori? She said, well, I want you to go to Boston Ballet. I said, for what? I'm not a ballet dancer. And I wasn't. I trained and I studied ballet, absolutely. But I'm not a ballet dancer, not at all. I took it because it was important to my overall training, but not because I wanted to be a professional ballet dancer. She said, I don't want you to go because you're a professional ballet dancer. I want you to go because you need the experience. I'm like, all right, fine. I'm like, okay. She said, and you're flying yourself out there. You're paying your own way. I didn't have any money. So I mean, literally scrambled. Paid for my flight, paid for my hotel when I got out there. The audition was a paid audition. I had to pay for that, right? It was only like 25 bucks, but still. And then here I am in this room, and I'm making a point here, so stick with me. Leslie Ann, there we go. So LA's first name is Leslie Ann. That's why we call her LA. I just didn't want to be the one to say it. Anyway, so I go to Boston, and I'm standing there in this audition, and I've got a t-shirt, white t-shirt, tied up in a knot in the back, tights, slippers, and there was like 250 guys in there. And this guy walks in, that's holding the audition, doesn't even look around the room, and before the door shut behind him, he's like, go get your tap shoes. So I look around the room, I'm like, all right, so I leave, and I go put my tap shoes on. And a bunch of us did. And as I was walking back in, all of the guys that were in the room when we left were walking out. And we go walking into the room, and I go back to my spot at the bar, and the room's half empty. And the guy turns around, and he looks at everybody, he kind of looks down at everybody's feet. And he says, lesson number 1, if you're not ready for anything, you're not ready to be at Boston Ballet. And then he paused, and he said, lesson number 2, if you put your tap shoes on, you can leave too, because you can't follow directions. He didn't tell us to put our shoes on, he told us to go get them. The fact is, I spent $1,000 that I didn't have to learn a lesson in 2 minutes. 1, be ready for anything in the dance industry. And 2, listen to what people tell you. Don't assume anything. All right, that said, let's talk about I Am Spartacus. So, I Am Spartacus started 30 years ago when I first started tap dancing because I was going to auditions where people had to believe that I could tap even when I couldn't. And I Am Spartacus, this piece has progressed over the years into kind of what it is now. I've done various versions of it. I've competed in it. I've put it on a couple of kids for competition. And so I really like to teach this to everybody that I'm influenced because it's like my staple piece. It's really kind of the piece that I feel defines me personally. It's all a cappella. It doesn't go with music. As a signature, when I'm putting pieces together, oftentimes I will cut music and have a section, and I'll throw this in there or throw something like this in there. But this is the piece. We've learned it over the last couple of weeks. I'll give it a real quick review. I'm going to start facing the back for you. You're going to, and it's stomp, scrape, heel, brush, heel, toe. So you're going to, or stamp, scrape, heel, brush, heel, toe. You're going to stamp heavy on the left foot, stamp. Now this here, don't pick up your foot. It's not a brush. It's a scrape, and it's designed for the grain in the floor. Okay, and you drop that heel kind of on the scuff. Stomp, scrape, heel, brush, heel, toe. 5, 6, 7, and 5, 6, 7. Again, 6, 7, and full lap, ball change, step, brush, heel, toe. You're gonna step full lap on the left foot, ball change, step, brush, heel, toe, and that's a scrape. Step, full lap, full lap, ball change, step, again, straight, heel, toe. So, stomp, straight, heel, brush, heel, toe, full lap, ball change, step, straight, heel, toe. 5, 6, 7, and full lap. 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, and again, 6, 7, 8. Okay? Any questions from that? Any questions there? Yes, no, maybe so? Can I keep going? I'll give it a second because I know it's a delay. So step, straight, heel, brush, heel, toe, fall, lap, ball, change, step, straight, heel, toe. Yes, no? Good? Okay, so scrape heel, brush heel toe, flow, lat ball, change step, scrape heel toe. Just that. 6, 7. Now from here, you're going to step front, back, brush, step, ball, stomp. So you're here. Step on the ball of the foot. Front, step back, brush, step. This is actually a brush. Brush, step, ball, stomp. 5, 6, 7, and 5, 6, 7, 8. From the top, 6, 7, and step. Again, 6, 7, 8. So you'll notice, right? A little bit of a shik sound, right? So that shik sound is really, that shik sound is really important, right? It's a different dynamic to the tonality, the sound, right? And on my floor, the grain of the wood is running back and forth. So from this wall to the wall behind the camera. So when I scrape across, I'm going against the grain, right? When you go with the grain, it has a little bit of a different sound. So, right? So when you're on a wood floor, try to use the floor also, right? Try to use the floor as to kind of complement your sounds, right? Because it's going to make a difference, right? So that's the way it was designed, to use the floor. All right, so from the top, here we go. Step, scrape heel, brush heel toe, follow lap ball, change step, straight. Now, the lap is not quick, it's an and one. So, heel toe, right? So, not, it's not quick. 5, 6, from the top, go 1, and 3, and 5, 6, then 8, step 1. Right here, you're gonna do step, shuffle ball, change step. Now, Kaylin Gray does this really cool combination that she calls pack it in a suitcase. 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 And essentially what she's doing, and I can't do it as fast as she can right now because my left ankle is jacked. I rolled my ankle a couple weeks ago. It still hurts. But essentially what she's doing grab off toe, right? Right? So she's basically doing grab off toe. And it's probably a little bit more complex than that, no one can, but that's the gist of it. Now, so we're going to take that. We're going to take the grab off, right? So we're going to take the grab off, or the shuffle grab off, however you want to call it. We're going to turn it into what I call a triple pickup. Now, where I'm going to go left foot. So that was with my right foot. I'm going to go left foot. Instead of doing grab off, I'm going to do slurp. So instead of doing shuffle step, I'm going to do slurp. So slurp, 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 slurp. And a slurp, guys, is literally 1, 2, 3. That's all you're doing. Sloppy ankle, sloppy ankle, sloppy ankle, sloppy ankle. Right? Left, right foot, left foot, right? So it's sloppy, okay? Now, last week I talked, or the week before I talked about shaving a haircut. If you're a tap dancer and you don't have your own version of the shaving a haircut kind of in your pocket as one of your pocket steps to kind of pull out and throw on the floor, you're doing yourself a disservice, because I like to think about it. What I teach my kids is that the shaving a haircut, dun, 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 that shaving a haircut is literally a signature, right? Gregory Hines had his. Sammy Davis Jr. had one. Frank Sinatra even had one that I saw one time. Jerry Lewis had one. Savion Glover has one. Kaylin Gray's got one. Tracy Hillbrand's got one. Everybody, as we develop as tap dancers, we all kind of have one. That's mine. That's the one that I do, okay? So that's the one I'm going to teach you. And I started off step, shuffle, ball, change, stomp. Or step, shuffle, ball, change, stamp. Heavy, right? So I don't step on the ball of the foot, I step down, flat-footed. Now, you can see that I've got let me turn around here. You can see that I've got my left foot kind of armed, okay? Now, from here, instead of doing a shuffle grab off, I'm going to do a slurp. Now, the first sound you're going to hear is my right foot doing the pickup, right? The pickup. Now, the difference between pickup and pullback, guys, in the way that I teach it, is a pullback, A pullback happens with two sounds. So pullback. Pickup is literally one sound, you pick your foot up off the floor. Pullback, pick up. Pullback, two sounds, pick up one sound. So the first sound that you're going to hear is the pickup on the right foot. Right? So I'm going to do it with three sounds instead of five. I'm going to do pick up, step, toe. Right? Right? Now, that's the first sound you hear is this pickup. The other sounds that you hear, the three sounds that you hear, is the slurp. So I'm doing so, right? Right? So that's how I'm getting that. And then, so 5, 6, 7, and 5, 6, 7, and right? So that's your finish. Dig it, don't, shig it, gat. 5, 6, 7, and 5, 6, 7. Okay? Any questions on that step? You guys have any questions on that? Are we good? I'm kind of looking down at my Instas too. So, all you guys that are coming and going on Instagram, I'm glad you're here. If you are on Tap Dancers Hub, join in on the Tap Dancers Hub because I've got a TV over here to my right. You guys are looking at backwards, so over here to my right. Join in there because that's what I'm kind of engaging in. Just because I'm old, trying to get up and down off the floor is really, really hard. So, anyway, so any questions on that step? Nobody seems to be asking questions, so I'm going to keep going. All right, so I'm going to go step, straight, heel, brush, heel, go, fall, lap, ball, change, step, straight, heel, go, run, back, brush, step, ball, change right here. Chicka, digga, dome, shoom, digga, dag, gat. Okay, so I'm going to do it facing the camera. 5, 6, 7, 8, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 8, step 1, 2. Okay? Okay, for the small section before the slurp. Your phone froze. Yeah. So Amber, that small section before the slurp, you're gonna go step, shuffle, ball, change, step. So think about shaving a haircut. Step, shuffle, ball, change, step. I'm doing it heavy with the stamp. Okay. So shaving a haircut. Now, all I'm doing on the shaving a haircut different is I'm going step, shuffle, ball, change, stomp, and I'm picking up my left foot. Right? So now you can see the left foot picked up. Now, all I'm doing here is I'm doing the pickup with the slurp, and then the stomp. So from the top, right foot, step and left, 5, 6, 7, and step, straight, heel, brush, heel, toe, ball, lap, ball, change, step, straight, heel, toe, run, back, brush, step, ball, change. Facing the camera. 5, 6, 7, 8, step, brush, toe, ball, lap, ball, change, step, straight, heel, toe. Okay? Sandy says, I can do it better in my mouth than I can in my feet. Yeah, that totally makes sense. Me too. Chicka digga doom da, chicka da ga, right? So listen to it. Just listen. I'm going to do it no words. Just listen. Now, here's the thing. Again, the grain of the wood, my wood lines from that wall behind the camera down this way. So my son and I built this for ourselves. If you want to see the build out, I'm standing in one corner. The stairs are about 22 feet that way, right? So the wood runs this way. So the grain's going across. So if you listen to it, listen to the scrapes. Okay? Make sense? Okay, so I'm going to keep going. So I'm going to do it from there. Now, so you guys all know what draw forwards are. Step, scuff, heel, step, scuff, heel, step, scuff, heel, step, scuff, heel. Right? Easy. So you've just gone. Now, you're going to do a draw forward, left, step, scuff, heel. Left, right, left. Step, scuff, heel, step. And again, you can see Let me pull back on this way. You can see that I've got my left foot free. Guess what's coming? Triple pickup. Scuff stomp. So you're doing step, scuff, heel, stomp. Sorry. Step, scuff, heel, stamp. Okay? 5, 6, 7, and. Sorry. Left foot. 6, 7, and. Step, scuff, heel, stamp. Double stomp. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Hold 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1. That's a half turn. Now, if you're feeling froggy, and you want to turn that into a multiple turn, get your roll out, fool, because I ain't gonna feel bad at you. I'm not gonna be mad at you. I like the kind of the flare going, right? And again, listen to it. Think ice skater, right? Step, scuff, heel, stomp, shikadamo, bump, ba, back, back, back. So, right? That makes sense? Okay, so from the top, here we go. Actually, take it from chickadoo ba kikada ga ba ga shikadoo da ga ga. Okay, here we go. 5, 6, 7, and 6, 7. Okay, make sense? Questions? Sorry, I'm just closing something on my computer here real quick. Questions? Nothing? How much time we got? Ooh, I got. Alright, so. Okay, so. Let's keep going. So. Step, scuff, heel, step, shigana, boom, ba, ga, cat, cat. Now, that 8 and 1, we're going to go 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4. So from here, you're going to do step, ball change. That's 1. 1, and you're going to do another drop forward. 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a. Okay? 1, 2, 3. Now from here, you're going to kind of slide. So, and now from here, you're going to push off that front foot, and you're going to slide forward. And that's and 8. So 1, 2. Okay, now if I was traveling it, if I come towards the camera, sorry. Right, so you can see me coming down stage. Now, here's the thing, that's a turn. Right, so it's a turn. So it's a draw turn. It's a draw turn, right? So I'm doing step, scuff, heel, step, brush, heel, go, step, ball, change. Pushing up that front foot, up top, stomp down. Cool? Okay? So, let me show you how that works. I'm going to try to do it so that I end up coming down stage towards you guys, towards the camera, instead of across, just because we're limited in space and I don't want you guys to lose it. So, back into gas, 5, 6, 7, 10. 6, 7. How do you get the big strength in there? But that drag, that gives you a big drag. You can travel. Okay? So if you're on Tap Dancers Hub and you're on Facebook, don't look. Let me see here. Don't look at this bottom screen. Look at the top screen so you can see it travel. Because I'm going to take it towards my TV as we go. Okay? Here we go. From the top. 5, 6, 7, there you go. And 1. Okay? Does that make sense? Does that make sense on that? Yes, no, maybe so? So I want to stop for lesson standpoint there right now tonight. And I want to talk about two things. One, May 25th announcement. May 25th, and I talked about this last week and the week before. Made the major announcement on Monday last week. Kind of let this week go by. Wanted to talk about it a little bit more tonight. So, May 25th is National Tap Dance Day and the celebration of Bill Bojangles Robinson's birthday. Okay? On May 25th, the Tap Dancers Hub, in conjunction with Mile High City Tap Dance Festival, is putting together an all-day, 2-level live stream. We're going to be featuring artists from all over the place. Every artist is going to take an hour block. You're going to have 2 levels to choose from, beginning intermediate and intermediate advanced. I will divulge to you a couple of the artists that are going to be there. Myself, Sarah P., the artistic director for the Mile High City Tap Dance Festival. Keith Happy Feet Prater is going to be there. Kaylin Gray has agreed to do a block. And Tracy Hiltbrand, she was on here earlier, has agreed to do a block. We've got some very amazing people, other amazing people that are going to be doing it as well. But those are just a few. So we're going to start at 9 o'clock Central Time, and we're basically going to run it every hour until we run out of people. So if it turns into an 8-hour event, we got 16, 17, 18 people, a couple of people taking 30-minute blocks, but hopefully everybody will take an hour. You'll have technique classes, you'll have combo classes. The artists are kind of picking what they want to teach, but we're going to have kind of a technique, and then, so for each level, like a technique and then a combo, and then a technique and then a combo, and then a technique and then a combo. And so as we start making those announcements, keep in mind, it is an all-day event. You do not have to be here all day. I'm not going to be here all day, but there's certain teachers that I absolutely plan on being here for, Kaylin being one of them. I know that she's going to kick all of my hind parts, but anyway, you want to be here. Secondly, Mile High City Tap Dance Festival is August 1st and 2nd, right here in Denver, Colorado. It's going to be at Motion Dance Center Motion Dance Center in Littleton, Colorado. Our friends there are amazing. It's a beautiful space. We've got an incredible lineup. Follow that Instagram page, Mile High Tap Fest, on Instagram, at Mile High Tap Fest on Instagram. Follow my page on Instagram, at the Eddie Kovac. If you're on Instagram and you're also on Facebook and you're not on the Tap Dancers Hub, please join the Tap Dancers Hub. This was something that was exclusively kind of for them, but I threw it out there today to see how many of my students on Instagram that are kids that may not have a Facebook account wanted to do it. So this was more for you guys tonight, but I'm glad that you joined me. So again, Mile High Tap Fest on Instagram. Go to Mile High Tap Fest, milehighcitytapfest.com. You can register and become a free member. We're building our community there. That's kind of the community I'm building around me. We're not only are we doing the Tap Fest, but we're also building an online kind of academy with online classes, virtual classes, as well as when we start getting kind of more further along and can kind of get back into the studios. We're going to be doing live classes with our students that are here in Colorado, or those that want to come, as well as kind of live streaming in through Zoom or through another platform for those students. So Mile High City Tap Festival.com would be where you go. Just go in there, check the site out. If you find a glitch, we're still kind of building some things out. So if you find something that's not working, please just hit me up on here. It's not a big deal to me. But if you don't have any other questions, guys, I really want to thank you for coming. Leticia, you are a soldier. Swear to God, girl, I love you, and I'm glad you came. But I want to thank all of you guys for coming. I will be here every week, every single Friday night, until we can all go back to the studio, and then I'll probably shift it. We seem to be getting a pretty good following. Tracy, you and I will be talking because I want to figure out how to do that collab so you can come on and teach the Revenge of the Shim Sham. I really want to learn that, and so I figured that the community would probably benefit from it as well. And so Tap Dancers Hub, guys, I really thank you. This is an education focused group, and I really love the fact that Kaylin Gray, oh my God, Kaylin Gray came on tonight. That is huge. Kaylin, if you have any feedback, doll, I would love to hear it. I really appreciate your work. your talent, your ability, and everything that you do for the community. If you guys haven't checked her page out, check her page out. Follow her on Instagram. Bring Tap to the People is her group on Facebook. She's also got her program, bringtaptothepeople.com. That's where like her program is at. It's definitely worth the subscription. It's definitely worth paying into. She is amazing and probably one of the, in my own opinion, probably one of the top tap dance teachers in the United States, if not on the globe. So, Caitlin, thank you for being here tonight, guys. Thank you for coming out. I really appreciate it. Much love to you guys, and I'll see you next week, okay? All right. Peace and much hair grease, suck a fish.